Okay.
Hindi na to Sprite.
Yeah.
Check. Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy Chris Bacula. Welcome to Chris Bacula Comedy Podcast, and this episode is brought to you by Chanjo's Authentic Pakistani Cuisine. Order your lunch, dinner, and pulutan using the link below the video. Okay? Napakasarap ng authentic Pakistani cuisine. Hindi yung fake yung authentic. Okay, they offer chicken biryani, beef biryani, and dum beef keema. And tonight, we have a very, very special guest. Actually, very fabulous guest. Kasi isa siyang she's not a good friend pero yung father niya is a good friend from way back pa nung real estate agent days ko. So, without further ado, gusto kong i-introduce the very stunning and lovely Nadine Bornilla. Yeah.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for having me. Super excited.
Oh, ako super kinakabahan ako. Kasi baka alam mo yun.
We're gonna be super chill lang naman.
Tama.
Right.
So Nadine, what's up? What's up? Casual
Honestly, super excited to have this interview, and sobrang sad rin because just recently actually I went to this party in despedida ng friend ko, because for those who do not know, I was actually a Miss Universe Philippines candidate. And I was the youngest, so I went to this despedida party ni Katrina Timaranan, and we just had a blast there. And ayun, parang nakakamiss lang, makakamiss ko sila kasi all of them are gonna go their separate ways. Separate ways.
Separate ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Separate ways. They're gonna be going to states, and others are gonna go back to their provinces. Kaya nakakasad.
Saan nangyari yung party? Chismis
Yung party.
Saan nangyari yung party? Ba't di tayo invited dyan?
In Okada.
Okada.
Sobrang tuwan-tuwa ako because we had it sa Celebrity Suite, which is not very, which is like a super rare occasion for me. I've never really experienced that level of luxury until then.
As in, strictly VIPs only.
Yes.
Di ba yung sa dome yan, di ba?
Oo, yeah.
So, inside of that dome, meron pang VIP suite.
No, we had to go sa 19th floor ng Okada because it was nasa part ng hotel eh. And then once we were there, we went inside this room, and then that room had like 2 hallways which just had multiple rooms. Naalala ko may nakita kong gym, and then there were multiple bathrooms pa there, tapos may massage table doon. And just that entire night, we were having so much fun lang. Yeah.
So, ilang kayo nun?
Ilan kami? I think mga less than 30 naman.
Less
But
than
then
30.
we were many. We were a lot there. Yeah.
So, were there other people dun sa VIP lounge room?
Oo. Yeah. No, aside from the girls that were there, we also invited kasi mga organizers, kasi syempre hindi lang kami yung nakabond ni Katrina, as well as the organizers na rin ng pageant. Because if you do wanna win, like, you have to get along with them rin. Because syempre you're gonna be working with them. Yeah.
Organizers ng so yung organizers, when you say organizers, parang kasama sila dun sa pageant, di ba?
Oo, yeah.
Mga stage
They're helping
director.
with the production, yeah, them.
So, pati sila kasama sa party.
Oo, kasama rin sila sa party.
Pasensya na, medyo ignorante tayo sa mga kayo, parang organizers. Hindi, pero oo nga, malaking bagay yung mga So, kailangan maging mabait ka sa kanila.
Oo, yeah. I mean, not naman sip-sip level, pero like, dapat nga hindi sip-sip level. Dapat you have to make it feel like they could be comfortable with you. I mean, not in a sense na parang pwede ka magmura in front of them, pwede ka makipag-inuman. Pero just like casual friends lang, ganun.
Parang sa school, yung security guard. I mean, hindi ko sila kinover sa security guard, pero they make up the school eh.
Oo, yeah.
Diba? Yung security guard, yung ano pa ba? Librarian, diba? So parang yun
like, syempre the respect still has to be there. Oo.
Kasi kung wala sila, walang Miss Universe.
Yeah.
Diba? Sila yung mga nagbibigay ng lights. Ako, mano-mano ako sa podcast ko, kaya diba? Ayun. So, ang parang nung kinikwento mo sa akin yung room or yung area kung nasaan yung despedida party ni Katrina ba?
Yeah, Katrina.
Parang kala mo nagbabasa ako ng novel eh. Kasi parang yung mga ganong klaseng description nakikita mo sa novel eh. Tapos parang shit, may gem.
Oo.
May gym, tas may massage room. So, ibig sabihin, nakikipag-inuman ka, minamasahe ka.
Pwede.
Pwede, di ba?
No, even if you were there, talagang mas ma-amaze ka. Because there were multiple rooms nga, diba, as I said. And I think most of those rooms just had a bed. And I remember, kasi I wasn't expecting to be there until 3 a.m.
Oo.
And I had to go home pa to Laguna. And syempre, I didn't trust myself behind the wheel. So, I was like, I asked my tita to be the one to drive for me. We went to that party at 6:30 p.m. And I stayed there and we got home here by 5:30 a.m. So, they waited in Jollibee for so long. Sobrang nagalit na nga sila, like, once we were
Oo
gonna go
naman,
home.
kahit
Oo, yun nga.
Kahit ako.
Yung mga call center agents na nga doon, nakakamit na rin nila sa Jollibee. Kaya sobrang galit na galit sila sa akin. And even when I got there, because I was wasted, like, I just apologized and then I passed out. And then, syempre, bumawi na lang ako sa kanila the morning after. But then, ayun nga.
So, hindi sila pwede pumunta sa party.
They could actually, pero kasi may hiningi silang listahan before we even organized it. Kaya parang ako medyo tedious na lang, hindi ko na lang masyadong inano. Pero later on nga, after that, I think hours after that party, dumating si Juan Carlos.
Mm-mm.
Si Juan Carlos Labajo. Because
Musician?
yes, because he is the boyfriend of Maureen. Maureen Robles was one of the candidates kasi.
Mm.
Kaya he was there and then I was like, oh, if he's allowed to come here, then maybe I can ask my tita.
Oo.
But then, ayun nga, we started getting busy with something else. So, hindi ko na rin sila natawag. After that, wala.
Saka baka ma-OP lang din sila, di ba?
Oo, ayun. I really didn't want that din. Siyempre, I didn't want them to feel OP. And ayoko rin naman na sobrang tutok ako sa kanila.
Mhm.
Because again, this was the despedida of Katya.
Tama.
Oo, ayokong tutok ako to someone else.
So, parang every time that you go out with your friends, lagi kang may kasama.
No,
Like si
not
tita.
really.
Or minsan you just go.
I think, ever since I turned 18, hindi na, hindi naman hinahayaan.
Mm-mm.
So I think my parents learned to trust me more and just let go na lang. I remember, because the competition did happen sa Bohol,
Mm-mm.
right after that, they kind of just let me do whatever I want. So I was, I think 3 days, I experienced like so much freedom. Talagang
Freedom!
so much freedom. Like they just stayed in their room. Tapos ako, I was just out with my MET friends and then we were just drinking, we were just staying sa my poolside. We were getting massages. We were having the good life there. Oo. We were experiencing that luxury treatment talaga in Henan Resort. Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Baka naman. The new face of Henan.
Baka naman mapastay doon ulit.
baka naman. Oy, pero sobrang siyang luxurious and
Oo.
even sa Boracay, 'di ba? Henan. Puro
Yes.
Henan na lang eh.
Nako, oo. Like when we were there, cause syempre I'm not gonna say na lang yung name niya.
Okay.
But then one of my friends kasi was found attractive by the owner of Henan.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna say muna lang.
Oo naman. Tago na natin.
Oo,
Baka
tago na lang.
baka
maging issue.
maban ako.
Oo. So like we were being given that special treatment. Ayun, like he was giving us a van for wherever we want to go. Kasi syempre, after the competition, we extended there eh. Tapos nag-dinner pa kami in like different places sa Bohol, ganyan. And then, I remember for 3 consecutive days, I'd go home. I'd go back to because I had my own hotel room eh.
Mm.
Every candidate had their own, like just one room for themselves. So I had my own, and every night, I'd go home at like 3 a.m.
Damn.
Yeah, 3 a.m. And
In
I'm just,
Bohol, ah.
yeah, and I'm just on my own. So kaya talagang I learned to take care of myself na parang, you know what, this is like the level of intoxicated. that you should like not ever reach.
So obviously,
that you can go.
dahil sa mga kwento mo, lagi kang umiinom.
I don't wanna come off as a drunk ka.
Hindi, pero kasi ano yun eh, parang vacation eh, di
Oo,
ba?
it was a vacation. And,
Social drinking, di ba?
and actually, before that kasi, I stopped drinking for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Because, syempre, I haven't made kwento pa kasi, pero when we were in Nepal, me and my parents, they they got me drunk first. Yeah, they got me drunk first para I can know na my alcohol tolerance. So that, like, in the future, when I start drinking, like, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna know na my limits. Like, I'm gonna know how to take care of myself. And it was good that they did that. Kasi syempre at an early age, like, I knew, like, the things that I shouldn't do whenever I'm drunk. Because I've learned that I say a lot when I'm drunk.
Oo nga, kasi ngayon pa lang, di ba?
Oo.
How much more? So,
How much more when I'm drunk, di ba? And I learned that, during that time nga, when I wasn't that intoxicated with my parents, like, I was cussing everyone out.
damn.
Oh, I was cussing everyone out. And,
Parang Cardi B, ganyan.
yeah. No, I was a different Nads. Kaya sabi ko na nakakaya kila daddy. Pero at least it was with my, family.
Your parents, no?
Oo, yeah. They showed me na lang. They were like, anak, like, it's okay na, kami-kami lang naman yung kasama mo at the time. Pero like, if iba, may mahiya ka na slide. Sabi ko, okay.
Pero you can't control yourself when you're drunk eh.
Yes, yeah. Kaya,
wala ka ng inhibitions eh.
oo naman. Pero still kasi, like, you know what you're doing pa rin eh.
Sa bagay.
Oo. Like, you know what you're doing pa rin. Kaya, kasi, I always hear it na parang, for example, sa mga friends, yung mga exes nila, like, they'd say na, oh, I'm sorry, I was drunk kasi. So, like,
Sorry, I was drunk.
yeah. I'm like, no,
But you know, I love
they
you.
knew. They knew what they were doing. It's not an excuse.
Saka you can control naman yourself into not being that drunk. Di ba? Huwag ka naman minom. Huwag
ka naman magpaabot sa ganun level of drunkenness. And I think yun yung ginawa ko. Yun yung ginawa ko ng Bohol. Because I said na, because again, it was 3 a.m. And since pandemic nga, sobrang empty na nung area ng beach na yon by that time. And ako kasi, I was just chilling with my MEP friends and maybe some of the relatives from time to time. And we're just at the beach. And sobrang empty na. And like, ako, syempre I worry about myself.
Oo naman.
Kasi walang magdadala sa sarili ko sa hotel room. Like, yeah, other than myself. So like, sabi ko na alagaan mo sarili mo. Because again, sila daddy. They weren't trying to be clingy na sa akin at the time. They were just letting me be again. So like, they didn't bother me. Like, that entire time.
Tulog ka na ba? Walang ganon.
Walang ganon. Like, they would only care if, let's say, in the morning, wala pa rin akong text. Doon na sila mag-aalala. Oo. Pero they knew kasi that time na parang, okay, she's probably out drinking. And they just, with that trust na rin, syempre, I took that into consideration na rin, parang, you have to be more responsible with yourself. And ayoko na rin namang mapahama into like anything bad. So, I controlled my drinking. Para lang makabalik ako sa room. Like, I wouldn't be Nepal level wasted. Because I remember after drinking dun sa Nepal, like, because I was mixing drinks talaga. And I think that I found that was the worst way of like drinking. Because you get drunk easier, diba? Or faster. And so I was like, no, I'm never gonna do that again.
Oo naman. No talaga yan.
Oo, no talaga.
Like, you can't mix whiskey with tequila and then mag-rum ka, tas
Yes.
mag-vodka ka pa.
Oh.
Patay ka na. Di ba?
Yeah, kaya the following day, after, nung nasa Nepal nga, the following day, I still kept puking. And then, I felt like my head was spinning. Kaya for a while, I stopped drinking.
Hindi okay na experience yun na yung nakahiga, tapos nag-i-spin yung yung
Yeah.
mundo mo.
And I remember, like, they were punishing me kasi for it. Like, we went out pa for breakfast. Kahit na sinasabi ko na sobrang lala ng hangover ko. Like, I couldn't.
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't want to be standing up and walking around pa. But they were like, no, you did this to yourself. You have to go. You have to go and suffer right now. And that's when I that's when I realized, oh my God, I can't do that to myself again.
Pero kasi, how old were you that time?
I was 16.
16. 16, di ba?
I was 16.
Ayan.
Yeah.
Sa bagay, 16 kasi doon yung start eh. Ako 15 ako nag-start mag-drink eh.
Oh, I mean, my parents kasi, since I was in high school, like, alam naman nila na eventually I will start drinking. And they wanted na, once I do start, like, I should know how na. I should not know naman how to,
Pero ba't mo nakahiligan yung yung liquor? Kasi, ako, naalala ko yung unang-una kong tikim ng liquor before. 7 ako nun eh. 7 years
7,
old. Naglalakad lang ako sa bahay nun kasi parang may party that time. May party yata ng daddy ko. Tapos may mga beer sila. Tapos yung isang friend niya, pinainom, Chris, inom ka. Tapos yun yung unang-una kong taste ng alcohol. Sabi ko, ang pait nito eh. Hindi ko siya nagustuhan.
Coincidentally, my first drink ever was when I was 7 rin.
Oh.
Pero, I mean, I didn't make it like a daily thing naman. It's just my first ever taste of liquor was when I was 7 rin. Nasa Puerto Galera kami nalagaan. And I forgot what it was. I think it was Long Island.
Oy, damn.
Oo. I think it was Long Island. Akala ko juice lang. We were in Puerto Galera. I was like running around. I was really thirsty. My parents said they ordered that. So akala ko juice. So like when I drank it, I was like, this is not juice.
It tastes like juice, but the effect, man, the effect.
Yeah.
Diba? Kasi sobrang namamask ng nung mix nung Long Island, yung tequila, yung rum, at parang 11 shots ba of spirits.
Yeah. I remember naman, actually the first taste of weng-weng naman that I ever had was in Bohol. And I didn't know how bad it was until my last day there. And I've been having weng-weng since my first day of drinking there. It was, like, I realized na lang na parang it's a combination of like every single diba there?
Parang Long Island din yun eh.
Oo. Basta I was like, my God, I've been drinking this for how many days? No wonder I was getting wasted.
Yung
diba?
sweetness kasi, yun yung deceiving part ng mga cocktail drinks. Kaya ako, for the longest time, hindi na ako uminom ng mga cocktail drinks. Laging whiskey na lang kasi walang sugar. Out of sugar. Hindi kasi very, very conscious na ako ngayon.
Yeah.
Like ikaw ba, sa pageant, parang very particular ka sa foods that you eat?
Actually. Mostly, I stay away from anything with carbs. Right
Carbs?
now. I remember for a while, I wasn't really doing it the healthy way. Like, I was starving myself.
Yeah.
I was starving myself. Which, of course, I will not recommend talaga. Because, ever since the pandemic did start, like, I wasn't exercising na, I wasn't really taking care of myself. Because since, online classes lang, I can just, like, chill. I can just, like, stay na lang on my table and then just do whatever there. And, like, for a while, I really stopped taking care of myself. I gained a lot of weight.
Like, ilang pounds to?
I think because I was 45. I was 40.
40.
I went to 50 or 55 ba yun. Which was really... which was really bad for me, Kaya, once I did join MEP, sabi ko, like, this, you can't do this anymore. Kailangan mo nang alagaan sarili mo. So, I did start working out na. And then, mas na-conscious na ako sa kinakain ko. For a while, I did starve myself. Just to,
So, this was before yung Miss Universe Philippines. Parang, ka lang. Living your life lang.
Yeah.
Being the girl in the house.
Yeah. No, I like, my parents wouldn't even see me that much. Like, my dad kasi, he'd be going back to Makati since their business is there kasi. And sometimes they would stay here, pero most of the time they're there. So, I'm just staying na lang in my room, tapos pinapadala ko na lang yung food doon. I wouldn't stand up. Like, no wonder I got that heavy talaga.
Damn.
So,
yung Miss Universe, paano to na-offer sa'yo? Paano mo naisipan na, miss you kaya?
Miss you. Actually, hindi naman sa pinush ako nila dad. I also wanted to
Medyo lang.
Medyo lang.
Sa pinush ka namin anak, pero mag-Miss Universe ka.
No, parang, kasi I saw it naman na. I saw the opportunity before they ever really, like, offered it sa akin. Like, they told me about it pa. They were like, anak, it would be really good for you to join. But then, ayun nga, I was thinking na parang, I'm not really in my best shape right now.
How old were you when they first, instilled that idea na, someday, anak?
Oh my God, I was no, not 7. I think 10.
Habang pinapainom ko ng Long Island, someday.
Hindi,
joke.
parang may influence.
So, 10.
Pag may alak, may balat. Yeah, no. I remember mga 10, and then they'd make me I'd be watching like pageants with them. Kasi, ayun, my parents being gay nga.
Oo nga.
Like, they're big pageant fans. And
Siyempre, yun yung sport nila, di ba?
Yeah. yun nga daw yung yun daw yung boxing.
Sobra. As in, lahat siya totok.
Yeah.
Makikipagpatayan sila para dyan.
Yeah, pageant season is like the best season for all of us.
Kaya in-assume ko nga parang siguro, baby pa lang si Nadine, parang, someday, Nadine, you'll be up on that stage. And we're gonna root for you.
Kasi, me and my brother nga, kinakatuwaan na lang namin. Because ever since I was 10, like, my parents would invite over their friends, every pageant season, tapos manonood sila. And then, ayun, they'd watch it on our big screen. Tapos, magsisigawan sila, magsasabunutan, ganyan, every time their candidate is called. So, parang, naisip ko na rin at that age, parang, I wanna be that girl. Makes them that happy, yung may ganong effect sa kanila.
I see. So, hindi talaga pinilit sa'yo, parang, na-amaze ka lang din, na parang, shit, gusto ko rin to. Gusto ko yan.
Pero syempre, like, after my first pageant, parang, it didn't look too appealing to me. Because again, I was 14, and then, after my first pageant, that was the only time that I experienced, like, all the negativity that comes along with pageantry.
Ang dami niya.
No, like, imagine at that age, like, I was already receiving, like, really harsh criticism online.
Damn.
And my parents, like, they really got emotional about it. Kasi syempre, hindi lang ako yung inano nila. They were also talking shit about my parents being gay. Ganyan. I don't know, like, that was the moment when I found out how, like, homophobic, how there are still a lot of homophobic people here. Kasi, I think my parents, they took me in when I was 5 na. Because I lived with my grandparents for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was 5 na, that's when I moved in with them and my brother. Tapos ako, it never really occurred to me na parang unconventional family kami, and I didn't have the typical na mother and father na family setup. Although of course, growing up, it became more apparent, but like I really didn't care. Kasi I was just satisfied with like, the people who were raising me, because they were raising me well. And ayun, like, once I was finally like seeing all of that, mga homophobic slurs nga that were being thrown at them, parang nasaktan na lang ako for them kasi it was painful enough to get criticized about like my physical appearance. Alam mo yun, online. And there were a lot of people.
Ano yung mga about your physical appearance, yung mga sinasabi?
Kasi what hit the most was the comparison na lang with like the rest of the girls. Parang sinasabi na, mas maganda naman ito, mas hindi siya nanalo. And like, I don't know, kasi at the time, like, I really thought I tried my best. And I remember even before the pageant night, like, we actually had the survey thing. I don't know what it was for, but then it was a survey of like who the candidates thought deserved to win. And the candidates voted for me. Kaya, as flattered as I was, like, nakakatuwa rin. Parang nagulat na lang ako that by the end of it all, once I did win, parang nakaka-dishearten na even their families were the one who were talking shit about me online. Kaya, ever since then, I didn't like pageantry na masyado. Like, that dream for me became so unattractive na parang I stopped for a while. And then I started venturing off into like other things. I went to design swimwear, ganon. And then I actually sponsored pa nga yung swimwear ng mga international, mga national pageants.
Naka-like ako dun sa swimwear mo eh.
Yeah.
Diba?
Diba?
Para kang nun eh. Para kang sino? Donatella Versace.
Yeah.
Diba yun? Parang ganun eh.
Yun ang peg. And of course, after that, I tried na rin mga cosmetics. But then, I also tried becoming an artista.
Yan tayo eh. Siyempre, di ba, kahit ako eh, when I was still, and even nung nag-30s ako, teen, tas even nung nag-30s, parang, mag-PBB kaya ako. Di ba?
Exactly, nako. I auditioned for Star Hunt And I think I did that 3 times.
Mm-mm.
I did that 3 times until they actually let me through the final level, and then callbacks. But then, it was so ano pa nga, kasi yung pinakauna, nasa Araneta.
Mm.
You know how big Araneta was, right? And like, we had to line up for so long. Tapos may mga nakikita na lang ako na na mga taong pinapull out from the line, and then they're just taking their photos, and then they can go na. I was like, oh my God, what?
Elimination.
Oo. I was like, what? I hate that. Because I thought na parang they were being given that special treatment. But then, again, I was like, you know what? It's a cruel world. Like, still, you can still try to do whatever you can to get in. And so, I tried again, second time. I forgot where it was. Pero I remember I had to, like, jump talaga places just to get to the third one. And then, ayun na, nakapasa na ako, and then call back. And then, they even featured me pa nga sa Star Hunt sa TV. And like, that was like the highlight of my life at the time. Oo. Because I remember even people from my school, they thought I was gonna get in.
Mm-mm.
Then they'd take pictures na with me, ganyan. Nahihiya pa nga ako. But then, and after that, hindi pa rin. Sabi ko, my God, talaga.
So, long process, no?
Oo. Talagang after they did feature me sa TV, hindi na talaga. So, what happened na lang was, ayun, I just kind of, I told na lang myself, you know what, you tried, and maybe it's just not your time, maybe you're rushing into it masyado, just like, give yourself a rest muna. But then, biglang an audition for an international pageant came up.
Mm-mm.
And then I did try for that, and that was my first ever international pageant. It's called Miss Teen International. And we had it in India.
Mm.
And I received that call to represent just a week before I'm supposed to leave. So I was like, dude, I gotta train right now. I gotta train right now. And once my school heard about it, they kind of excused me na lang from every other activity that I was supposed to have to school. And of course, my studies, I had to muna.
Stop.
Oh, I had to stop muna for that entire week, and until of course after the competition. I had to delay everything muna. And then fortunately naman, I got the intercontinental title there.
Nice.
Oo. I got the continental title.
Continental, correction.
Continental.
Continental.
Sorry, intercontinental. It's like it's a different it's a different award. I got a continental title from there, which was super super nice for me. Sabi ko, you know what? You didn't get into PBB, at least you got this.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So once I got home, of course, I got recognition of that from my school. Everything was really great. And then syempre, I received mga judging gigs ulit, and I was getting paid just to judge, and
Grabe, no?
yeah, at such a young age, I was getting proud na lang yun of myself. Na parang inisip ko, you know what, this is what pageantry brings along, na parang it gives you so much pride. But of course, you get that criticism, but at that age, I kind of just realized na parang it's a small price to pay. Because still, you're giving so much honor to like the people that you do represent. Because I think I was I was 15 at the time when I did represent. And I already got to represent the Philippines. Parang it was a really honorable thing to do. Kaya sabi ko, you know what, just brush off all of these negative criticisms, and just keep doing what you want to do.
Mm-mm.
And so I joined MUP, knowing na I would probably, the people are probably gonna start talking smack. Kasi again, I'm 18.
Mm-mm.
I'm 18.
Youngest, diba? The
Yeah,
youngest.
I'm tiny. I'm 5'2".
Oo. Kasi
yeah.
Pag nakita mo sila, yung mga contestants doon, tapos nakita mo ikaw, parang di pa yata siya ready. I mean, ready ka, pero parang baka kailangan pa yun ng more maturing pa, di ba?
Yeah. Oo. No, but then, ayun nga, out of, I think, sinabi nila sa amin na nag-screen daw, yung nag-online screening, we were about 250 candidates. And then, from that, they cut us off to 100. And from 100, ayun, 75, and then 50, and then 30. And fortunately, I got until 30. Which, of course, I was thinking to myself, you know what, although there are a lot of people who are telling you na parang, you're not ready for this, why are you here?
Sorry, isa na ako.
No, it's fine. No, because I was expecting it naman talaga. Because, again, I am 18, so it is pretty understandable. Like, why a lot of people would think that. Pero, alam mo yun, like, because the judges did let me pass through so many levels, I was thinking maybe they do see something in me.
Yes.
Naman. And maybe I am supposed to be where I am right now. Alam mo yun, like I kind of just disregarded what every other audience was every other one of the audience were saying. Kasi I got to where I was doing what I wanted to do. So parang why should I let them stop me? Diba?
Yun yung key dun eh. Yung you should do what you want to do eh. And
yeah.
feeling mo ako to eh, this is me. This is what I want eh, 'di ba? So
Yeah.
parang fuck the haters, di ba? Ito gagawin ko, bakit ba?
Oo, yeah.
Di ba na pumapatay ng tao eh? Pumapatay na ako ng tao.
Honestly, yeah. Kaya, ayun, from 30, I was honestly just super happy na where I was. I was able to fly to Bohol, and I think that was the first ever trip that my parents didn't fund. So I was like, I'm gonna make this super memorable for me. And although I did not win. Like that was still such a memorable memory for me. Na parang I'm always gonna keep it in mind, and I learned from it na lang rin. For the next time that I do join, because maybe I will. Who knows? Diba?
You heard it here first.
Oo. Kaya syempre, although a lot of people may be thinking na parang she probably wishes na parang she performed better, I really don't. I know I tried my best. I tried my best sa prelims pa lang. I know I did with every interview that I had, though I know it's probably not gonna be taken into consideration. Yung mga interviews with media, people, parang I always did my best to project myself as like this really prim and proper but authentic like candidate still. And so with that, if I wasn't gonna win by doing all of that, maybe it wasn't really just my time. And maybe I still have a lot to learn from pa.
Oh.
Yeah.
Malay mo, parang may other, di ba, endeavors na mas doon ka talaga mag-excel. Diba? I mean, hindi ko sinasabi na hindi ka nag-excel sa Miss Universe.
Yeah.
Parang you've done justice doon. Kasi di ba nagkaroon ka ng, ang dami mong nakuwang hearts ng mga Filipinos. Eh. Nakikita ko yun eh. Kasi yung page mo, pina-follow ko yun eh. Di ba? Yung makeup artist, si Tonet.
Yes.
Tonet, yun. Yeah. Friend ko yun eh. So, lagi niya pinopost yung mga makeup niya with you. So, yun. Tapos nakikita ko yung love eh. Yung love eh. So, parang kahit marami kang haters, marami din naman nagmamahal sa'yo.
Yeah. Kaya, that's honestly what made it worth it for me. And syempre, sila daddy na rin. I remember, there was this one time na I was really doubting myself. Kasi syempre, doubt, it comes. And it also goes naman. And I think what made it go away was seeing how confident my own parents were in me.
No.
Like, I remember, hindi pa ako nakapasok sa 30. Yet, they were already telling me na parang, ito yung i-impake mo, ganyan. Ito yung susutin mo for example, mag-breakfast ka with the girls, ganyan. And, seeing that alone, like, if they believe in me that much, like, maybe I should do the same. Kaya, ayun. Kaya, sobrang nakaka-touch talaga nung entire journey na yun. I think, through that, me and my parents really bonded more. Yeah.
Oo. Saka nakikita ko yung confidence mo. Actually, parang hindi nga confident, parang yung brave mo eh.
Yeah.
Parang yun yung nakikita ko. Kasi parang, iba yung confident na parang, kaya-kaya ko to eh. So, parang kinakaya mo siya. Na kahit minsan nakikita mong, ay, natatakot ako eh. Pero parang, hindi, kaya ko to eh. So, parang, yun na yung sense ko sa'yo eh. Na parang, takot na ito.
Oo, yeah. No, ever since talaga, I was really a go-getter. Kasi, of course, with the cosmetics, with the swimwear, even, like, I was feeling it na mismo from, like, my own batchmates sa school, na parang, siguro, they were thinking na, this girl's such a try-hard. Like, she's not even really receiving that much recognition. Wala pa talaga siya napapatunayan or anything, even if she's doing this much. But at least I'm doing something.
Oh,
alam mo yun?
You're there eh.
Yeah, at least I'm trying to climb my way up to where I want to be.
Oo.
Instead of me just dreaming of these things, I'm actually living them out and trying to get to where I want to
Yung
be.
nga.
Oh, kaya, although yun nga, I was getting ridiculed for being a try-hard sa school, like, I, I honestly just, like, ignored it.
Oo.
Because again, at the end of the day, these people are gonna be hating while you're actually, like, excelling pa nga. Kaya ayun, look, at 18, I became an MUP candidate, and yes, I am proud. Because again, I did work hard to get to where I am right now.
Tama.
Yeah.
Saka lahat naman tayo as human beings, we are all trying hard. Trying hard to live, diba? Trying hard to keep our sanity intact, diba? Parang kahit nasabihin nila na try hard ka, parang, talagang nag-try hard ako para mag-Miss Universe,
like,
diba?
what's so bad about trying hard anyway?
Diba? Parang kayo ba nag-try hard kayo na
Yeah.
makuha to, diba?
Oo. No, exactly. I got this attitude from sila dad. Kasi, when I was 5, we didn't really have this luxurious life. Wala kaming bahay na ganito. We actually experienced moving from unit to unit just so we can get by. Sila daddy, they didn't have a clinic yet at the time. They actually explored pa nga from business to business opportunity. They nagpatayo sila ng computer shop, which na nakawan. So, it was a flop. And then, nagkarinderya rin, and still, it didn't really work out. Until natapos na si dad with his, with med. Kaya, ayun, he started practicing na, and that's when slowly we started to, imply na. And I think, from them, that's when I learned na parang, no matter how many people would ridicule you, you should still, kasi it's super admirable because even if maybe some of their friends would ridicule them for it, because my stepdad, si Daddy Manix, he used to have such a luxurious job at one of the best shopping retail stores in the Philippines. And he gave that up, syempre, to take care of me and my brother, because Daddy Jamal, he was busy with med, so he couldn't really take care of us masyado time. Yet, he wanted us to be with him na kasi. Instead of us staying with our grandparents for God knows how long, he wanted to be the one to take care of us na.
So your grandparents were in
Bicol.
Bicol, akala ko Marinduque. Kasi
No.
diba you're representing Marinduque,
I represented Marinduque as tribute to my stepdad. Because ayun nga, again, when I said that he sacrificed such a luxurious job nga at one of the most famous shopping retail stores here in the Philippines, I have not mentioned.
Wag natin mention. Di natin sponsor yan eh.
Oo.
Okay.
Baka kung i-sponsor.
Baka kung sponsor, oo. Chandios lang ang sponsor natin dito.
So, he sacrificed a lot talaga for just to take care of me and my brother. And I didn't make it easy for him. Kaya, I really didn't make it easy for him, me and my brother both. Kaya, I did this, syempre, to give back to him with all the unconditional love that he gave me, though we're not related by blood. He was a true parent to me. And I think because of that, parang na-inspire na lang ako to represent Marinduque. And although I've never been there, and I don't know much about it. Because of course I did represent it, so I have to know
You have to be there. Go there.
I have to know about it. So once I was finally studying Marinduque, as a whole, I started falling in love with the place, and then I realized parang I couldn't be representing more perfect place for Miss Universe Philippines. Kaya I really don't regret any decision that I made there, and I was just glad that I was doing it more than just for myself, but also for that.
Grabe no, parang at 18 or di ba nag-15 ka ba una nag-start sa pageant?
14,
di ba?
pa first pageant, yeah.
Yung kasi pag beauty pageant contestant ka, andun yung yung social responsibility mo, like every word that comes out of your mouth, pinanghahawakan yun ng mga sumo-supporters sa'yo eh.
Yeah.
And parang kung may pangit man dyan, parang, hindi pala siya ganun kabait, no?
Yeah.
So, ang hirap ng pressure kasi gusto mo maging authentic as you are, pero merong ganung klaseng, clamor na, so, ngayon, paano ka ngayon lulugar, di ba?
For a while, it was a struggle for me. Because, again, when I was 14, I had to be the best example for the youth. I couldn't be out here cussing and drinking and
Drinking Long Island
I
shots.
couldn't be here doing that. Diba? I couldn't be projecting myself like that. So for a while, I had so much of a trouble with it that like every interaction that I would get with other people, sobrang nakakapagod because I felt like I had to be someone else. Cause syempre, people like me, wow. People like me, we're forced to put up this, or to project this person na parang, this perfect, like,
Always
epitome of
smiling.
yeah.
Hi po. Hello.
Yeah, so sobrang gracious, ganyan. And I'm not complaining because, again, like, these are the responsibilities that we do have to attend to, being given that responsibility. But yet again, it becomes tiring because you don't know when you can be yourself, and you just like tire yourself out because then you start losing sight of who you are. And then but of course, before joining the pageant, Miss Universe Philippines kasi they look for the girl who's the most authentic. And I think that for me was just the best thing ever. Like, and also with aging na rin, na parang, this is an adult pageant. Like, you don't necessarily have to be all, syempre they're not gonna look for, pageant patty girls. Pageant patty, when I say that, it means na parang, they're your typical, pageant girls, ganyan. Like, they're looking for someone talaga with, with extraordinary, like, capabilities na
Parang
rin.
si Khaleesi, for the people. Loved by the people. So, mga Game of Thrones fans dyan. Yan.
So parang with that, of course, and I was seeing na parang it was really amazing because again, pinakita nila how pageantry is moving towards a more diverse audience and contestant na rin. They're not only looking for girls who are this height, who are this thin, who are this skinny, and who are of this race.
Tama.
Parang, and of this gender na rin.
Okay.
Nakakatuwa yun. Like, for example, si Aileen rin, if you don't know her, Aileen Bernos, she's actually a TikToker, and she was one of the candidates rin. She's 5'2", she's also my height. And we consider ourselves as someone who aren't typically what others would view as pageant girls.
Oo.
Pero because we did believe in what we stood for. Because I stood for of course, eradicating discrimination against the LGBTQ plus community. Because again, at the time, and until now naman.
Oo naman.
Until now, that's what I stand for. And so, because we did believe in that, and because we had a heavy footing on that, on those advocacies that we had, we served as righteous candidates pa rin, nakaabot pa nga sa 30. So, I think right now talaga nakakatuwa what pageantry is right now because it doesn't only focus on what women should look like, how they should appear to the audience, on how they should appear to the audience, how they should talk. Pero parang it moves towards looking for girls talaga who are willing to be ambassadors talaga of peace. And
Saka mas deeper kasi
yeah.
yung ngayon, yung pageantry, like yung hindi lang yung physical or yung face, yung what's inside your mind. How do you think, 'di ba?
Yeah. They're looking for like well-rounded girls, intelligent girls. And I think that's why sobrang nahirapan ako. This batch was really they really made it tough.
Oo.
Yeah.
So, ngayon, ano pinagkakabalaan mo ngayon?
Now, studies.
Studies.
Back to studies, yeah. And syempre, from time to time, I also communicate a lot with the girls, with my high school friends. Pero for most of the time, studies, I study sa University TAF. Online kami ngayon. Actually, sobrang excited ako for this coming week kasi self-learning week kami. So, walang classes. We're asynchronous. Asynchronous meaning wala kaming online meetings.
Okay.
Yeah, we can just like study all of that on our own. Yeah, I was like, yes, I needed this.
Free time.
Oh, I needed this, yeah.
So, ilang weeks na ganyan?
Ilang weeks? So far, I think this is the 3rd or 4th week na ba? classes. Yeah, I don't know. I already feel so burnt out. Wala pa ako masyado ginagawa.
Pero ready ka na for face-to-face, diba?
Super.
Classes.
I'm excited. Tough to eh.
Oo.
Tough to, yeah. And I'm gonna
Exactly.
I'm gonna be I'm gonna be in a dorm pa with my brother and Taf. And we're excited for that life.
Saka yung
Happy
18
Thursdays, diba?
Kaya nga, yung teen years, yan yung dapat kayo nakikipag-socialize ka talaga eh.
Yeah.
Hindi pwede yung nasa bahay ka lang, di ba?
Yes, because I'm thinking, at a certain point in my life, I'm probably not gonna be doing these things na.
Oo.
Probably gonna be getting tired of that lifestyle. So, I'm making the most out of it na.
What are you taking ba? Yung anong course mo?
Biomed.
Biomed.
Yeah, because again we are in a medically inclined family. Sila daddy they own a clinic. Syempre someday I wanna be a part of that. So yeah, I'm taking
Sige.
Biomed.
Parang so parang pre-med siya na
Pre-med
course,
siya,
di ba?
yeah. It's the same pre-med that dad took when he was my age.
Talagang idol mo si daddy eh.
Super.
So biomed and then mag-subspecialize ka.
Yes. Actually, the specialization now that I want to take when I do become a doctor is I want to be a neurosurgeon.
Wow.
I don't know lang if kakayanin ng brain cells ko.
Usually,
but I'm gonna try.
Usually,
Yeah.
ang neurosurgeon, it's a man's profession eh. Sa mga nakikilala ko na neurosurgeons nun, parang bihira ako makita. Like, naalala ko dati, kasi I used to be a med rep eh.
Yeah.
So, meron ako mga gamot na pinapromote for orthopedic surgeons. And during my time, nung ahente ako, ito way back before na matandaan ako eh. Walang orthopedic surgeon na babae. Lahat sila, pag sinabing surgeon, brusco yan, lalaki yan. Parang nag-iossi pa. Tapos nung may nakita akong babae na orthopedic surgeon, parang, oy, doktora!
Yeah.
Oy, parang what a sight for sore eyes. Parang, paano mo nakayanan yan? Parang, in a practice na puro lalaki, bakit ka diba? Ba't ka nandyan, diba?
Yeah.
So parang, sa neurosurgery, hindi sila yung typical na doctor na may OPD. Yung may clinic sila. Usually, parang procedures, rounds. So parang, sure ka ba dyan?
Yeah, I wanna be one of the few, diba? Just so unique.
Komplikado yan, diba? I mean, neurology pa lang. Komplikado na.
Yeah.
Tapos magiging
I've heard. Nako. I
Oo.
have a tito who is a neurosurgeon eh.
Damn.
So, I've already asked him na rin. I know how complicated it's gonna be, but then, knowing the pay. No, and aside from that, like, I've always just been fascinated kasi with how the brain works.
Oh.
And I don't want to just be observing it. I don't want to just be studying it. I want to be touching it.
Operating on it.
Operating on it. Yeah.
Grabe, no? Kailangan sabi na pag surgeon ka daw, kailangan meron kang still hands.
Still hands. I don't know about that.
Kasi
maybe I can do it. Maybe I can do something about
Kasi
it.
before naalala ko ng med rep ako, yung mga surgery ko na doctors, mga surgeons ko na doctors, never silang yung gumagawa ng mga strenuous activities, like hindi sila nag-gym kasi inaalagaan nila yung kamay nila eh. Ayaw na nanginginig-nginig.
Yeah.
Kasi kailangan precision eh. Diba?
I can promise that naman.
Okay. Hindi, pero mahaba-haba pa naman. Mahaba.
Yeah.
Oo, mahaba-haba pa paglalakbay. Pero magandang goal.
Yeah.
Parang, sana ma-achieve mo yan. Diba?
Sana nga.
Or pwede kayo maging cosmetic surgeon.
I'm also praying for that. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's the second option. If ever hindi ko kayanin.
Kasi uso ngayon yan, di ba?
Yes.
Ako, sa babae, feeling ko mas marami yung may kino-correct either sa katawan or sa mukha.
Yeah.
Like I have a friend, she is already 26. Siya ng ilong. Tawag doon,
Nose job.
nose job. Basta pinatangos
Tangos.
niya.
Yeah.
Kung ano yung tawag doon. Tapos, hindi ko siya pwedeng question, ba't mo ginawa? Dapat you should appreciate what the Lord God has given you. Pero hindi. Alam niyang, sa sarili, parang hindi, pag ito kinorek ko, mas gaganda ako, mas magiging confident ako. So parang, okay.
Yeah, just let her na lang. Actually, di ba nga in Korea, I think they even do it as like a graduation gift pa nga to their kids. Yung mga 16, they start them young.
You become K-pop, okay?
Yeah.
You become, di ba yung mga K-pop artists, di ba? Halos lahat
Yes.
yan parang surgically manipulated na, no?
Yes. No, I saw yung mga before and afters nila.
Di ba?
Nakagulat.
Tinanong ko yun sa friend kong artista na aspiring artista, sabi ko. So, pag naging celebrity ka, tapos may manager ka, kailangan may image ka, di ba?
Yeah.
So, pag sinabi ng manager mo, kailangan may abs ka. So, magpo-workout ka, or ipapasurgery niya yung katawan mo para may abs ka. Sabi niya, ganun talaga.
Papa-surgery.
May mga ganun mga manager
surgery
eh. Pero yung natutuwa siya sa manager niya, kasi parang, hindi, you can just be you. Huwag ka lang masyadong tumaba, pero hindi mo kailangan kung hindi mo gusto mag-gym, bahala ka dyan. Pero, hindi mo kailangan i-enhance yung mukha mo. Kasi may mga ganun, even yung mga lalaki, mga artista, minsan may
Maybe kasi hindi talaga kailangan ipa-enhance.
diba?
Oo, yeah.
Sa sa Miss Universe pa, may mga ganun classic enhancements. Ganun eh, no? Hindi, wag na pag-usapan yan.
Pwede naman.
Pwede ba?
Yeah. Actually, most of the beauty queens that I knew sa MUP, most of us walang gawa. Yeah, like ako, being 18, wala pa akong pinapagawa kasi. Because like, I'm too scared to make that decision at this age, like this young. I don't know if I'm ready to go under the knife pa.
Oo.
Maybe to give it like a few months. A few months, maybe I'll be ready. Pero with the candidates naman, sobrang few lang. Because you're gonna know naman eh. You're gonna know if by looking at them kung may pinagawa na sila. And most of the girls that I knew there, wala.
Pero minsan, you'll never know eh. Like, kasi, most people are judgmental, di ba?
Yeah.
Yung friend ko na babae na nag-artista, matangos kasi ilong nun eh. So parang akala tuloy ng mga haters niya, pinagawa mo lang yung ilong mo. Pero hindi. Yeah. It's natural.
It's just in their genes kasi.
Diba?
Yeah.
Ganun talaga eh. Pero may mga, usually lip. Pinapagawa yung lip. Either pinapa-plump. Diba?
Yeah.
So, may mga ganun basta. Initriga talaga eh, no?
Because we never really spoke about like what we had done. Most na napag-usapan namin are nose jobs, boob jobs, but yung mga lip injections, I don't know about them.
And parang feeling ko, no one would ever tell eh.
Oh, yeah.
The truth. Lalo pag ganyan.
I mean, unless asked, maybe. Kasi some are actually like really open about it. Like, it's not something na kinakahiyan nila. Because, I think, baka naman kasi mahalata.
Oo nga.
Yeah, like maybe if you were exposed at an early age, tapos biglang you're gonna have a second appearance, and then syempre the public would know. So parang maybe just be like open about it na lang.
Kasi I work in a gym, di ba? So may mga sa Instagram kasi uso po yung mga Instagram body building. So may mga abs, di ba? For someone na hindi ganun, na gusto maging ganun, tapos nag-workout sila, tapos di naging ganun, nadidismaya sila, parang ba't di ko ma-achieve yung yung katawan niya? I work really hard, parang day in, day out, lifting the weights, no days off, di ba? Almost dying, di ba? Pero kasi hindi sinasabi ng Instagram influencer na guy na yun, na nagtutrok ako ng steroids eh.
No.
Di ba?
Oo, yeah.
Kasi even sa amin yung mga coaches sa amin, pinapakita na sa clients nila na parang, with this exercise, you'll look like this. Pero di nila alam na nagsa-cycling sila.
Yeah. Isn't it gonna take so long for you to finally achieve that like dream body na you want to?
You will achieve a body na fit.
Yeah.
Kasi like lahat tayo kanya-kanya katawan, di ba? May endomorph, may mesomorph, may ectomorph. Ako ectomorph, skinny fat ako. So, pag nagbuhat ako, ma-enhance siya, pero hindi yung parang may abs. Yung stereotypical na abs na So, parang, pag ginawa mong goal kasi yung ganong katawan, hindi siya natural eh.
Yeah.
So, hindi mo talaga ma-achieve yun. Unless kung gawin mo yung ginagawa niya, na most of those dudes, yung nasabihin na parang, I do cycling on steroids, kaya ako na-achieve to. Okay, hindi lang to basta diet lang. And may kasama na rin yun, diet and hard work. Pero mayroon pa silang isang ingredient na ginagawa.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's what is super dangerous nga. I remember I read it on Twitter na parang, di ba most of the models, sinasabi nila na parang, oh, I just eat normally, ganyan. Parang to sobrang lala sila, sobrang daming pizza, ganyan. While like, a lot of girls are thinking na parang, like, I'm out here starving myself and I still don't look like that. Yeah, I think it's super dangerous when people like that aren't open with just like, pero I guess, I don't know, hindi ko alam kung ano yung trip nila.
Yung the real juicy bits, di ba? Ilabas nyo yan, di ba?
I don't know, but just like being open na lang. Instead of making these people question like what they're doing wrong.
Maraming ganyan ng mga influencers, parang they put out this fake diet stuff. Kasi siguro meron silang pinopromote.
Yeah.
Pero hindi ka naman talaga ganun kumain. Isang beses ka lang kumain sa isang araw, nag-intermittent fasting ka. Sabihin mo nag-intermittent fasting ka, di ba?
Yes. Just so you can actually really help them if they want to know how you do it.
Yung totoong diet mo, di ba? So, yun lang.
Yun lang. Good night.
Good night. So, Nadine, any final thoughts?
How do I close it ba?
Parang biglang no?
Like, we touched on a lot of topics.
Sobra.
We talked about liquor and then we jumped to pageantry. And
yung ngayong una dapat na hindi pag-usapan, di ba? So yung nag-jump straight into it.
No, it was so weird. It was like the very first thing that we talked about.
Ito minsan kasi naglilinger sa utak mo, parang nag-plant sila ng seed, basta wala lang drinking.
And then biglang that was the very first thing. So,
Ay, taka lang, before mo ba yan? Ito, gusto ko tanong to. So, di ba, as a beauty pageant contestant, kasi yung attention, di ba?
Yes.
Di ba? Yung attention, like, sa opposite sex, sa same sex, di ba? Parang, how do you handle that? Mga obsessed na mga lalaki, obsessed na mga babae, stalkers, creepers.
Fortunately, wala pa akong stalker.
Wala pang Joe.
Fortunately, wala pa akong stalker. With the attention naman, sobrang naka-flatter na lang ako. Because, again, these aren't people na you should know eh. Or maybe just from my point of view, because I am new to it. And maybe it would get tiring. Like, if you were one of those people na sobrang pinapaliguan ng sobrang daming, affirmations. When, for me kasi, that's still super fresh. Sobrang new. Kaya, I learned to appreciate every single one of them.
Okay.
Oo, kaya parang, it's not so naman for me.
Was there a point do sa pageant na you lost your cool? Kasi may nairita ka sa isang, pa-picture naman na din. Parang, walang yaka. Relax. Wala bang ganun moment na caught off guard ka? Napikon ka lang?
No naman. No. Kasi ako talaga in-enjoy ko.
Enjoy mo, okay.
In-enjoy ko. Kapag magpapapicture rin ako.
Yung nga napansin ko sa'yo, hindi ka madaling mairita eh.
Yeah.
Kasi ako, irritable akong taon. Madikit lang sa akin yung sa taon. Yung tanga.
I love when ang malinong pagkasabi. I love when pagkasabi.
Yeah, magkakaroon ka na ng stalker dyan. So maraming mga creepers na nanonood ng kultong to eh.
Like, ang nangyayari, I think one instance where I would probably lose my cool is when people start feeling me up.
Feeling you up.
Like, let's say, because I did this road show before, promoting, congratulating I think this was when we were in, Mindoro ba yun? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were in Mindoro ata with Asunta de Rossi, and I was with Ion Perez. Basta we were there just performing lang, just thanking the government for doing everything that they're doing.
Okay.
And basically, and we were performing for the people, ganyan, and then they were taking photos of us. Syempre, we'd go sa audience, interact with them. I remember there was this one time where I was wearing kasi a dress, and like it was a sleeveless dress, tas naka-tube lang siya. And they were pulling on it.
Really?
Yeah, I was on stage and they were pulling my dress. So like it was slowly going down, and I was just trying to keep it up, and then inaawat na sila ng guard.
Okay.
Yet like they still weren't like.
Pero you saw their faces, yung mga people.
No, kasi they were crowding na eh. They were crowding.
And you were in that crowd, no?
I was reaching out to them. And then that's when they were pulling lang. I was like, whoa. Whoa
Pero
there.
when they were pulling, parang you felt na parang, oy, parang hindi na to okay ah. Parang may iba na to, fucked up to.
Yeah, but then again, that was the time kasi where I felt so pressured into just like being this perfect perfect example.
You want my dress? Here it is.
No!
Joke lang. Hindi naman
Alright.
ganun, di ba? Di ba, parang may mga ganung babae, di ba?
Oh my God, hindi. No, pero like, basta ako, like, I was just keeping it up na lang. And I just stood up na lang from there. I didn't want to react negatively na lang. But then, I just kind of pulled my dress away na lang from them. And then I just stood up. I stopped interacting na muna with them. And I think, it wasn't getting tiring, but it was, I guess, I didn't like it rin when they would go in for a kiss.
Oo nga,
Yeah.
nakakaano yun.
No, I didn't like that. It's wet pa and sloppy.
Kasi minsan may kiss na hindi na beso eh. Parang, what the, saliva?
yeah,
Bro,
like,
saliva,
they do
bro.
it talaga with their lips. And then they,
Tapos may tongue pa.
and like, okay sana if they asked me first. Pero kasi, this was when I was just in the crowd performing with them, and then out of nowhere this guy like kisses me, and then sobrang sloppy pa, and like I felt so cause like you could at least ask if I was okay with that.
Always ask for consent, guys.
Yes, no, kaya sobrang nadiri ako, but then again I didn't know if I could like do
Just doing
anything about it.
Yun ang mahirap pag yung ganyan, model, artista, or, di ba, beauty queen. Yung, kasi you go to them eh. 'Di ba? Yung mga ibang babae parang may barrier tayo, guys. Pero kayo, kailangan yung
And ako kasi I was trying to I was trying to make a name for myself pa. So I couldn't be like the girls naman who would just sit pretty tas pagkakaguluhan na. Like I actually have to do something.
So you have to reach out talaga.
Yeah, I have to reach out talaga to them and appeal to the audience. So I performed talaga. Like, I'd reach out and then I'd go pa to them and I'd sing with them. Talagang, and although the interaction was super fun, sobrang nice, sobrang bait nilang lahat. Like, there are just some people who were so disrespectful lang. Na parang they didn't really have any boundaries. Talagang they made us feel like we were really just like
objects.
Yeah. That they could do whatever they wanted to with us. And I didn't like that.
Pakita mo kasi ng konting kabaitan saka openness yung tao, abusuin ka talaga niya.
Yes.
Abusuin ka talaga.
Nako. Kaya I learned from there na parang if that happens again, like I should speak up about it. Like I shouldn't like just kasi I didn't know what to do. I was 15. I was 15, 16 when that happened.
Mahirap mag-voice out minsan. Ako nabuti ako nung 13 ba 14 ako. Kasi nag-aral ako sa Bacolod, gawa mag-Ilonggo. So parang, ang hirap i-voice ito, parang, stop!
Yeah.
Kasi parang, di ba, ang hirap, kasi I'm sure nung nangyari sa yun, yung mga walang consent na mga moments with those people, gusto mong sabihin sa kanya parang, wag, pero, paano sabihin?
I mean, like, once I did, it was already like, if I did, it would have already been too late. Because
diba?
I didn't see it coming eh.
Kasi, you've never experienced that.
Yeah.
Parang it's a new thing na parang, shit, ako nga no. Tapos parang, ikaw siguro after nung day na yun, sabi, ganito gagawin mo na din, okay? Fucking stop! Di ba?
No, and because again, okay, like for the people who were pulling my dress, I didn't know who was doing it eh. Like again, they were in a crowd. And then I was nasa stage, and that was just them. And then someone was pulling on it. I couldn't see who. I just pulled it away na lang. So I didn't know who I would even say it to. And with the person who just instantly like gave me a kiss, I like right after it happened, like I just wiped it out, and then when I looked, like he wasn't even there anymore.
Was it caught on cam?
He wasn't even there. Oh, he was caught on cam. But then he ran. Like I remember my picture or my video ata no. And when I saw it, I was like,
Patingin. Ganun. Hindi kasi makikita mo yung reaction mo eh. Kasi yun yung legit na reaction. Parang di ba?
Yeah.
So, ano yung reaction mo sa vid?
I was like, yeah, parang ano na lang ako na pleasantly shocked. Pero honestly, I was just shocked. Just plain.
Kung nag-muay thai ka naman, siniko mo na. Judo chop!
And I really didn't see it coming in. Kasi I was interacting with like the rest of the people here. And this guy just comes out of nowhere from this side. Tapos ayun.
You will never see it coming kasi mabagad yung reaction time natin.
Yeah.
Mas mabilis pa yung yung pagsapak sa umiwan sa sapak. Kasi hindi mo alam na gagawin sa'yo yun eh. Yung kiss, di ba kaya nga yung mga magbo-boyfriend, girlfriend dyan, di ba? Yung first kiss niya, di ba na yun, yung pinapaalam, parang, di ba, bilang lang gumaganon, di ba? Tapos parang ikaw, parang, shit. Bilis na. I like it. Yun, so, kaya, mas maganda kung may makita ka ng similar na instance, alam mo na paano i-avoid, di ba?
Yes. Mabuti na nga lang na, no, honestly, hindi mabuti na nga lang. sana hindi siya nangyari. Sana I kind of just learned it from someone else, maybe online. So you learn a lot of things online. Sana it didn't happen. But then again, it did. So what else can I do now? Maybe just next time, if it does, edi I'll know what to do.
Kasama niya sa trauma mo sa utak.
Yeah. Okay, replace.
Di ba? Every time nalasing ka, naalala ko pa yung
like,
time na yun.
Oh, no.
Nung hinalagan ako na walang yan.
Ayun nga.
Yeah. So, ito na, legit na final thoughts na. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. What can I say about to end this? So, out of the many topics that we touched on, I'm hoping that maybe you guys learned a lot from it, Ren. Thank you so much for coming to me and talking to me about these things. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that a lot of people are probably learning na rin from them.
Naman.
Yeah. So, thank you guys for watching or listening and tuning in. And see you next time?
Yeah, see you next time. Okay, looking forward ako dyan.
Yeah.
Okay, pag neurosurgeon ka na. Taga baka patay na ako nun.
O kapag Miss Universe na,
Or pwede rin. Mas nakafocus ako sa neurosurgeon kasi. Dexter level. Ayun. So, with that guys, we out.
Sa lahat ng mga nilapastangan